Well, we welcome you folks into the broadcast of Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. We'll have first pitch coming up here momentarily as we get into the Game 2 pregame show brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be Lumber One. We'll have plenty coming up for you as we get ready for Game 2. Docs looking to split after losing Game 1, 15-8, your final score there. We'll see if the Docs have something in them as we get ready for the second game of our first doubleheader in Area 4 play for the Doc Stewarts this summer. But as we get ready for that, tonight we are getting the opportunity to talk to another Doc Stewarts player. We've done a couple so far. We've talked with Garrett Russell and Jacob Luther. Tonight we got a chance to talk with Drake Bourgeois. He wears number 3 on the back of his jersey, and that makes him the third man up. We go ahead and bring that to you now here in between games as we wait for Game 2 to get started. It is our interview with our player interview, brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931, with Drake Bourgeois from Riddle High School. Back with more of our pregame here today on 541radio.com, where you can watch Doc Stewart. Well, we'll get the right interview here. This is that was our pregame interview with head coach Scott Shaver. Here's our in-between game interview with Drake Bourgeois. Back here in between games is the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts getting ready for Game 2 of their doubleheader today. Starting out league play, they take on the Grants Pass Nuggets. And as we get ready for the second game of today's contest, we get a chance to catch up with more of the Docs throughout the season. Like to try and talk to the players and get to know them a little bit more. It's our player interviews brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. We go numerically through the roster. We've talked with Garrett Russell and Jacob Luther, and number 3 on the roster is Drake Bourgeois from Riddle High School, and just finished up your sophomore year there, class of 2020. Drake, congratulations on making it here with the Doc Stewarts this summer. Got to be a pretty exciting thing for you, a pretty young kid. Get a chance to split some of your time with the Docs and with the Dr. Randalls, but when you got the news that they wanted you to be up here with the big club, how'd that feel, and what'd you think about that news?
I was very ecstatic. I called my parents right away. My dad was very ecstatic too, and we went out to dinner that night for a celebration because I didn't think I'd be able to make it this far at this age. So,
where'd you guys go?
We went to Los Dos.
Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. What was the big celebration dinner like? What'd you get? Enchiladas, chimichanga?
We got a lot of fajitas.
Okay, there you go.
A lot of fajitas and drinks.
Not too shabby. Well, yeah, big news for you, obviously, and you mentioned the age. You're still a young kid, and we'll have a couple more years to try and really continue to improve your game here with this AAA level team. But as you've gotten things started, being a young guy on this roster, how's it felt to be kind of around some of the guys that have been on this team for a couple of years, but also around a group that's also kind of in the same spot as you, getting the first time to play with the Doc Stewarts?
It's a good experience. A lot of these guys on this team are very cool. I'm friends with them. They've taught me a lot of new things, especially the coaches. The coaches are great. So,
you're from Riddle, and down there with the Irish. I'm trying to think real quick through. You probably have the longest drive of anybody to get to practice on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
How is that going through the summer? I've always wondered for the guys that come from places like Yoncalla or Elkton, now Riddle. We've had some guys drive in from some decent distances, but for you, having to make that trip on a regular basis, has it become a pretty boring trip for you, I guess you could say, or?
Sometimes if I don't have music, then it's pretty boring. But I got music, and I'm just enjoying it. Be able to play on this team and be able to come to practice every day.
Well, for you guys, you're kind of reaching now the high point of the season, getting to the point where you're getting into league play, but you guys are coming off of a couple of tournament runs where you guys travel, you spend a lot of time on the road, spend a lot of time in the vans together. How does it feel like things are coming together? As a new guy and a guy from furthest outskirts, you might be kind of one of the, initially as an outsider, but how does it feel like the team chemistry is coming together at this point in the season?
It's going great. We have a lot of first-time Docs on this team, and we're all coming together as one team, and we're all getting together very well. So,
have you guys been able to do anything besides play baseball? Has there been any kind of team things going on?
Kind of just like our Salem tournament, we'd go out and walk around or go to certain places, go out to eat mostly. So
I didn't get a chance to be there for it. I know the hotel rooms are always kind of fun. How'd that go? First time this season getting a chance to be in a hotel room and hanging out with the guys and staying overnight, kind of big slumber party for everybody. How'd that go with hotel rooms?
It went great. Gabe Burke brought his Xbox and we sat there and played Fortnite for a while.
Okay, I should have known, should have figured that one. Did they have a pool? You guys spent some time in the pool?
I didn't. Some other players did.
Yeah, okay. Talking with Drake Bourgeois here from Riddle High School. Just finished up your sophomore season, and if I look at my notes here, it looks like also played football and basketball down there for the Irish. How'd things go for you in the other sports this year?
Football, not so much. We only won 2 games out of the whole season. It was a bit rough. We were low on numbers. But basketball, we almost made it to playoffs. That was a good season.
Yeah.
We all played as a team, especially playing around Nate Hopkins, who is hopefully going to be playing higher up basketball. You know, he's a real leader.
You guys also had a pretty good baseball season, if I remember correctly, and had a nice year. Got a chance to make it into the postseason, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And how did the spring season kind of lead in for you to what you hope to accomplish here during the summer?
The drill, the ethic, the work ethic of trying to get to higher places and not just trying to stay where I am. I'm wanting to succeed in more areas and play more baseball. So.
For being a kid from a small school, I mean, how's the adjustment period been for you to play at this kind of a level? I mean, you think about guys coming from a school like Riddle, and you think, boy, that's just, you know, it's a small area, it's a small school, and now you're making this jump to kind of playing under the big lights here for Legion Baseball. How's the adjustment period been for you?
First time coming out in the field, you know, I'm playing with 6A, 4A, you know, all big schools, and I come from a 2A, 1A school, and you know, it's kind of scary at first when you step out on the field and there's a lot of people and you're just playing higher. It's, you know, very nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Well, as we wrap things up here with Drake Bourgeois, you get a chance to kind of split, doing that double duty, playing a little bit with the Dr. Randalls, playing some with the Doc Stewarts as well. How's that process been for you? Has it been tough to be able to split your time, or has it been a good thing for you think?
It's been great. I've always wanted to be able to play baseball like, a ton, so being able to play here and then be able to, like, next day go play for Dr. Randalls, it's great. I love it.
Getting a lot of chance to get out there and play baseball in a competitive environment. So, hey, Drake, thanks so much for your time here, and good luck the rest of this season, and congratulations on making it on the Docs here this year.
Thank you.
All right, we look forward to seeing plenty more from Drake Bourgeois throughout the season, as well as the next couple of years, just a youngster there from Riddle High School. We'll go ahead and take the break. We come back with more of your pregame show for Game 2 of today's doubleheader, the Doc Stewarts and the Grants Pass Nuggets getting ready to square off here. We'll have it for you next online at 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Well, we welcome you back here for the start of Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Doc Stewarts taking on the Grants Pass Nuggets. The Docs are hoping to avoid the sweep at the hand of the Nuggets. The Docs will be hosting Grants Pass coming up tomorrow for a doubleheader out at Legion Field. We'll have those games for you on the video player at 541radio.com as well. We appreciate everybody tuning in and kind of going through a little bit different process for today's games due to the fact that we've got doubled up with Oregon State baseball also going on in the College World Series. As we get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader, let's go ahead and take a look at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Cooper's Pest Control is your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Garrett Russell will lead things off playing in center field, followed by Doran Gillespie in left field. Jonathan Stone, the first baseman, will bat third, followed by the DH, Brody Black hitting it cleanup. Cody Johnson, the shortstop, bats fifth, followed by the right fielder, Jet Black. Jacob Luther hitting seventh, playing at second base. Gabe Burke will catch, hit eighth, and Caden Johnson hits in the ninth spot and will play at third base. As the first pitch is in and we are underway, Garrett Russell will try to lay one down for a bunt, but it goes foul, and it's an 0-1 count to start things off for the Doc Stewarts. So we are underway, folks. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night from Grants Pass. Pitch outside goes to a 1-1 count now for Garrett Russell. Russell leading things off, had a couple of hits in Game 1 of the doubleheader. He faces Sebastian Bovin, who's on the mound. Big righty will whine and fire. A bunt attempt again for Russell, this time fouled away. And it's a ball and 2 strikes against the leadoff man for the Docs as we start Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1, if you missed it, it was a 15-8 decision in favor of the Grants Pass Nuggets. We'll look around the diamond defensively for you here as we had the abbreviated pregame show brought to you by Budget Lumber. Another foul ball. This could be playable, and chasing it down just in front of the bullpen. The Grants Pass Nuggets will make the first out in foul territory. Colton Fisher, the first baseman, makes the play, one away. Doran Gillespie will bat second for the Docs, hitting with nobody on, and one away. First pitch for Gillespie, high for ball one. A little bit of change in the lineup here for Game 2 of the doubleheader for head coach Scott Shaver. Want to say thanks again to our pregame sponsor, Budget Lumber. Everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be number one. Game 2 always has an abbreviated pregame show as a called strike on the inside corner for Gillespie. Gives him a 1-1 count. We also don't usually get a chance to do our pregame coaches interview, but when we do have our coaches interview, it's brought to you by Oregon Coach Crafters. Pitch inside goes to a 2-1 count now for Gillespie. Oregon Coach Crafters, the best care in RV services and repair. We'll look around the diamond defensively for you here in this first inning as a pitch low and outside goes to a 3-1 count. Sebastian Bovin on the mound. His battery mate back behind the dish is Colby Dinkle for Game 2. The 3-1 pitch, Gillespie in the air out towards left field. This one well struck. If it stays fair, it's just foul as it clears the fence over in left field, but just goes foul down that left field line. Well struck ball by Doran Gillespie. Told you in Game 1, saw him hit one out of here in batting practice, but that time he sends it out of here in foul territory. Down the line, looking at 321, I believe is what that says. 327 maybe? 321, yeah, it is a 1. 327 down the right field side. All right, a full count pitch coming up now for Gillespie. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Dinkle will throw down to first base, and Fisher will make the play. So it goes from a possible home run ball to a strikeout for Gillespie. 2 down now, and Jonathan Stone will stand in with nobody on and 2 away.
Now batting for the Docs.
All right, taking a look around the rest of the diamond here. We told you we'd do that. Well, Stone's going to make it difficult as he puts one high in the air to center field. This should wrap things up. To finish out the first inning, it will. First pitch swinging. Jonathan Stone flies out to center fielder Tyler Run. We'll look around the diamond defensively and get you the defensive starters for Grants Pass. But when we come back, we head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game. We'll run through the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Nuggets when we return on 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the first here, out in the field.
Well, we come back here for the bottom of the first inning. Doc Stewart's baseball here on 541radio.com on the 1490 The Score homepage. Bringing you the action from Grants Pass as we begin Area 4 league play. Docs go scoreless in the first inning, go down in order against Sebastian Boyven. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for Grants Pass. The Nuggets will have Nick Bassendorf leading things off, playing at second base. Cade Kissel, the shortstop, hits second. Vinny Zavolta, the left fielder, will bat third, followed by the center fielder Tyler Rund. Trey Frodge, the third baseman, hits fifth, followed by the DH Nate Morgan, who will hit for the pitcher Sebastian Boven. The 7-hitter is Colton Fisher playing at first base. The catcher Colby Dinkle hits eighth, and in right field batting ninth is Bennett Rogers. That is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Give them a call at 673-0363. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless ball game, pitch outside. Zach Mandera on the mound for the Doc Stewarts in game 2. Mandera squaring off against Nick Bastendorf here. Swing and a foul ball back for Bastendorf. Mandera coming into the game. Let's see here, a 1-1 record for him so far as he misses low. Ahead in the at-bat, Bastendorf leading things off for the Nuggets. We'll run around the diamond defensively for the Doc Stewarts here in this first inning. A swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3 for Zach Mandera. And that is out number 1, and that is a Joe's Towing strikeout for the Doc Stewarts. Don't strike out when you get stuck. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals. So 1 away. Cade Kissel will bat next, the shortstop for the Nuggets. Hitting with nobody on and 1 away. Back behind the plate for game 2 tonight, it's Gabe Burke catching for the Docs. Gabe Burke, of course, from Douglas High School. Out at first base, Jonathan Stone. We'll look around the rest of the diamond here. It's a pitch outside. I believe 2-0 is the count now. Scoreboard having some malfunctions here at Volunteer Park. Jonathan Stone at first, Jacob Luther out at second. Cody Johnson at short and Caden Johnson at third. This pitch misses high. 3-0 count now. In the outfield from left to right, Doran Gillespie, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. That is your look around the diamond, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment, where the variety of power equipment is second to none. 4-pitch walk issued by Zach Mandera to Cade Kissel. Man on with one away.
Coming to the plate for the Nuggets, left fielder, number 4, Vinny Zavolta.
So 1 on, 1 out. Vinny Zavolta will bat next, the left fielder, hitting. I don't recall seeing any lefties in game 1 for either team. So it looks like we might be seeing kind of a similar setup here in game 2. Kind of surprised to see a game where we don't have a left-handed batter at all, as Mandera misses low for a 1-0 count. That's kind of an oddity nowadays. Sun has set. The lights are coming on here at Volunteer Park. The 1-0 gets by Burke all the way to the backstop. Up to second base will go Cade Kissel. Had a passed ball there. That one up a little bit, but definitely a catchable ball behind the plate. And the Dock Stewarts now see a man in scoring position for Grants Pass. The catching position has been one that they've been trying out a number of guys back there. There's a strike on the inside corner, taken by Vinny Zavolta. Saw Kyler Leichner in game 1. Gabe Burke here in game 2. Zach Holland has gotten some run back there as well. Pitch fouled away. Makes it a 2-2 count. Cade Kissel out at second base. Zavolta at the dish, trying to give Grants Pass an early lead. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout again for Zach Mandera. His second of the ball game. Reared back and fired with the fastball. And Zavolta goes down swinging. Pair of punch-outs here in the first inning. Tyler Rund will stand in next, the center fielder for the Grants Pass Nuggets. Rund, a power guy. He can get enough behind it to clear it out of here. Stands in with a man in scoring position. First pitch he takes at the knees on the inside corner, and it looked as if he was not happy about that call. Threw his head back in disbelief. An 0-1 pitch for him. Outside, it goes off the glove for Burke, and up to third base will go Kissel. 1-1 count. Ty Rund at the plate. The 1-1 delivery. A check swing. He goes through it for strike 2. Mandera 1 strike away from wrapping up the first inning. Trying to keep it a scoreless ball game. The 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Goes 2-2 with the count. Mandera's 2-2 offering. Out of the stretch. Kicks and fires. A breaking ball. Strike 3 called. Mandera will strike out the side. He gets a walk in there as well, but he strikes out the side, and he keeps it a scoreless ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We head to the second inning. Scoreless game. Doc's coming up to hit with the 4-5-6 hitters on 1490 The Score. Streaming with video at 541radio.com.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay. Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Second inning coming up. Doc Stewart's will have Brody Black, Cody Johnson, and Jet Black scheduled to hit here against Sebastian Boivin. While we got a moment, let's look around the diamond defensively. Didn't get a chance to do it in the first inning. 4 Grants pass behind the plate. Colby Dinkle out at first base. Colton Fisher. Nick Bastendorf out at second. Cade Kissel at short. And Trey Frodge at third. In the outfield from left to right, Vinny Zavolta, Tyler Rund, and Bennett Rogers. That is your look around the diamond, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. First pitch, a breaking ball, tails outside for a 1-0 count here against Brody Black, who will DH in Game 2 for the Doc Stewarts. Hitting for the pitcher, Zach Mandera. Swing, and he fouls off a pitch. Evens it up at a 1-1 count. Brody pitched in Game 1, only got record for a third of an inning. He gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned in that time, so looking to make up for things at the plate. The 1-1 pitch, line drive towards the alley in right center. That'll get down. It's going to bounce all the way to the warning track, to the wall, and Brody hustling in as he chugs in for a double. First base hit of the ball game for either side. And Brody Black gets things started with a big double to right center field. He has been hitting to all fields this season, and he powers one out there to lead things off here in the second inning. Just a wallop of a hit there. You could tell he got all of it when he got the bat on the ball, and he finds the alley. Brody been really swinging a hot bat here to the start of the summer. It's just tough. They've got 2 guys they'd like to see at that DH spot, and you can't get them bats every day. Time called before the first pitch to Cody Johnson. So Sebastian Boivin will do it again. He delivered in, but the pitch did not count. Cody Johnson had the 3-hit game in Game 1. A single and 2 doubles. He has been hitting well to start out the year. First pitch to him officially now is in for a strike on the inside corner. Sebastian Boivin on the mound. From what I understand, it sounds like he missed some time to start out the year here with the Nuggets. He was at Feather River Junior College this last spring as he delivers the 0-1 in the dirt. Brody will stay out at second base. Feather River Junior College didn't get a lot of playing time during the spring. Pitched 1 game and 2 innings total. Had an 0-1 record with a 22.50 ERA. So limited action there in his freshman year of college. He was a Crater graduate in 2017. A returning player for this Nuggets squad. One of 8 returning guys. His 1-1 delivery to Cody misses low. Out at second base, Brody Black after his leadoff double here in the second inning. Doc's looking to earn a split on the road after losing Game 1 15-8. 2-1 pitch to Cody, gets underneath it. This one looks playable behind home, and it is. Colby Dinkle will make the grab.
Dinkle makes the catch for out number 1.
Cody just kind of got off balance on that one. Very hittable pitch, but got caught leaning and got underneath it. Fouls out for the first out of the second inning. Jet Black will hit next with his older brother Brody Black out at second base in scoring position. First pitch for Jet coming up. Boivin will miss inside and low. I think Jet was a little upset. He wanted a time called on the before the pitch. Didn't get it. He dropped his bat as the pitch came in, thinking he might have gotten the time call. That pitch on the outside corner called for strike 1. Jet Black with a 1-1 count. We'll mention the sun setting. The lights starting to come on here in Grants Pass. Get you a weather report. Jet hits one into left field past the third baseman. Brody Black up to third. They'll hold him there. And the Black brothers with a pair of hits here in the second inning. And the Doc Stewarts have runners on the corners with one away. Jacob Luther will have an opportunity to try and drive in the first run of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Mentioned that coming into the contest, the Docs had been doing above 500 when scoring first, but the loss in Game 1 after the Docs took a 3-0 lead put them at 4-4 when scoring first in ball games. Luther stands in. He had one at-bat in the first one. He had the ball that was put in play to commit the final out of the game in Game 1. He grounded to third base. The force out was made at third. He technically reached on a fielder's choice. Fouls away the first pitch. One out, runners on the corners for the Doc Stewarts. Jacob Luther from Umpqua Valley Christian High School gets underneath another one and fouls it away for strike two. Well, it's 73 degrees and a clear skies here in Grants Pass. Kind of sunset, not necessarily nightfall yet, more at dusk. Temperature going to be creeping down towards the 60s, probably close to by the time we wrap things up. Yeah, should be in the upper 60s by the time we wrap it up. Temperature's going to be in the 80s all week here in Grants Pass. The Nuggets, though, will be visiting the Doc Stewarts tomorrow up in Roseburg. 0-2 pitch for Luther, high and away. Your weather report, of course, is brought to you by Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. The 1-2 count with one away and runners on the corners. It's in the dirt. Got by. Oh, it just got trapped underneath the catcher, Colby Dinkle. Neither runner had a chance to try and advance. Dinkle got up thinking that it had gone to the backstop. He had me thinking that, too, with the way he reacted. But it was right underneath him. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Jacob Luther. Doc Stewart's second baseman. Played in the outfield in Game 1. Didn't expect to see that. First time we've seen him in the outfield. Well, first time I've seen him in the outfield. The 2-2 pitch outside. It goes full. And Sebastian Bovin finding himself in a little bit of trouble here in the second inning. A 0-0 ball game, one away. Runners on the corners for the Doc Stewarts. Full count. Docs will check the wristbands. Full count pitch from Bovin. A throw to first. Just in ahead of the tag goes Jet Black. He got caught spinning his wheels out there. It looked like maybe leaning the other direction just a bit. They might have had the runner intending to go on that pitch. Jet will retake his lead. Bovin with runners on the corners. A full count pitch coming up for Luther. Ground ball up the middle. Could be a chance at 2. Tag the bag for 1. Throw to first. We'll get there, and that'll wrap it up. The Doc Stewarts unable to take advantage of the leadoff double by Brody Black. The 6-3 double play will wrap it up. Jet Black forced out at second base. And then Jacob Luther gunned down at first. That'll wrap up things in the top of the second inning. Docs leave one man on base and remain scoreless. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, one man left on. Head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening and watching Docs Baseball at 541radio.com.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Last 3 digits for new winner, ticket number 550. 550.
Bottom of the second inning, Doc's Baseball brought to you by Cruise Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. Doc's in a scoreless ball game, 0-0. After a leadoff double by Brody Black goes unused in the second inning. Doc's will try to keep it a scoreless game here as Trey Frodge will lead things off. The third baseman for the Nuggets puts it in the air out towards right field. Jet Black on the run. He'll make the catch. A little awkward catch there mid-run for him, but he snags it out of the air. One away for Zach Mandera on the mound out there for his second inning of work. Nate Morgan will step in next, the DH. He is the designated hitter for the pitcher, Sebastian Bovin. First pitch to Morgan. He fouls it off down the first base side and out of play. 0-1 the count. Morgan in game one played at third base, finished with 3 hits and 5 RBI. Back in against Mandera. Zach out of the windup. Misses low and inside. Evens up the count. Doc's wearing the orange jerseys for game 2 of the doubleheader as well. Sometimes they like to switch it up. Grants Pass wearing their navy tops again for game 2. So 1-1 pitch in the air, high out towards left field, going back. Gillespie to the warning track, to the wall. It's gone. A solo shot for Nate Morgan over the left field fence. He continues his slugging tonight against the Doc Stewarts as he hits a solo shot to make it a 1-0 lead for the Grants Pass Nuggets. Gillespie turned and chased that one all the way to the fence, but ran out of room as that one clears things out there. Nate Morgan hitting that one approximately 375 feet, I'd say. A very general estimate on that one. 358 the fence out there near where he hit it. Just to the left of that 358 sign, and he cleared it pretty easily. 1-0 now the score. Grants Pass in front looking to pull off a sweep against the Doc Stewarts. Pitched low and on the inside edge for strike one here against Colton Fisher. Fisher's 0-1 pitch in the dirt. A 1-1 count. First home run we've seen on the night, but we've seen plenty here in our time playing at Reinert Volunteer Park. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike 2. Saw Gillespie hit one out in BP, but he hit one that just wrapped foul down the left field line earlier. No, he did not go around on a check swing for Fisher. So he goes to a 2-2 count. I almost thought that one might have possibly caught the bat a little bit and then foul tipped into the glove, but apparently not. 2-2 pitch. High, full count. Fisher playing at first base here in game 2. He pitched a third of an inning in game 1, got the final out for the Nuggets. Fouls off another pitch. Keeps him out of full count. 1 away. 1 run in so far here in the second. In the solo shot by Nate Morgan. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mandera's pitch fouled back. Mandera out of the windup. The 3-2. Third straight foul ball for Colton Fisher. So the Docs, I mentioned, they're wearing the orange tops with the white numbers on the back. The navy blue tops with the red numbers on the back for Grants Pass. Same uniforms we saw in game 1, and the uniform description always brought to you by Hammer Sport, Douglas County's hottest custom sportswear store for custom team jerseys, hats, and more. You can find them in downtown Roseburg on Jackson Street. Full count pitch. Let's do it again. That ball rocketed in the air out towards left field as well. Well struck, and it will clear the fence as well. Back-to-back solo shots for Grants Pass. Colton Fisher follows up Nate Morgan with a no-doubter over the left field fence. The ball flying around the park here in the second inning. So 2 runs in now against Zach Mandera here in the second inning. Both on home runs. Colby Dinkle will bat next. The catcher, 8-hitter in the lineup. So without a hit in the first inning, Grants Pass went scoreless. They've got 2 hits here in the second. Make it 3 is the first pitch swinging. Dinkle ropes one down the right field line for a base knock.
That's a base hit for
just up over the top of Jonathan Stone at first base. If it gets over him, you know it's a legitimate base knock there. Colby Dinkle will find himself on at first with 1 away, 2 runs in already. Man, that was a battle there between Zach Mandera and Colton Fisher. Fisher fouled off 3 straight full count pitches, and then on the 4th one, takes it deep over the left field fence. Man, what a battle, and Fisher coming out on top. So 1 on at the moment, with still 1 out. First pitch to the 9-hitter, Bennett Rogers, comes across strike 1. Rogers playing in right field here in Game 2. Played in left field in Game 1. The 0-1, chopper towards second. Luther will take it, flips to second for 1. The throw to first, not going to be made. The ball took a long time bounding through the middle of the infield. Jacob Luther quickly got it to second, but not fast enough, as Cody Johnson had not much of a chance to try and get Bennett Rogers at first after the turn. So they get 1. 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup, and Nick Bastendorf will stand in. Runner going, a strike called at the plate. Throw to second by Gabe Birkin. Oh! Cody Johnson will head back to his position, but the throw beat him. Tag was applied, it looked like, from our position. Scott Shaver's going to head out there to have a conversation about this one. But I don't know how that one is called safe. Coach Shaver's going to get the explanation. There's a strike at the plate, I do believe, for an 0-1 count against Bastendorf. Beautiful throw by Gabe Burke from behind the plate. Low line drive just right to the bag, and Cody Johnson there to make the tag. And whew, that looked like a clear bang-bang out at second base, if you ask me, but I'm sitting a lot further away from the play. Coach Shaver will head back to the dugout. Most likely unhappy with the result, but I don't know if he would have really expected to change the call anyways. Stolen base for Bennett Rogers. So he gets himself into scoring position. 0-1 delivery coming up here for Bastendorf, and it's inside. One ball, 1 strike. Man in scoring position for the Nuggets. They lead 2-0 with after a pair of home runs here in this second inning. Breaking ball for strike 2. Bastendorf, a check swing, timing that pitch, but did not offer at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Mandera, trying to get out of things here in the second. He misses low and outside to even up the count. Mandera on the mound working out of the stretch. The baseball in his right hand comes set with the ball in the glove. The kick and fire, and it's fouled back to stay at a 2-2 count. Mandera has had some battles here in this second inning. Definitely think back to the one for Colton Fisher. Fouled off 3 straight full count pitches. and then hit the fourth one over the left field fence. The 2-2, ground ball chopper towards second again. Luther in front of it, and he throws to first for the final out.
Luther gets to put out
2 solo home runs in the second inning will put Grants Pass in front, 2-0, as they take the early lead. Head back to the top of the third inning when we come back here on 541radio.com.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Third inning action coming up for you. Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Docs trail 2-0 against the Grants Pass Nuggets. Docs giving up a pair of solo home runs there in the second inning. See if they can try and get their offense going. They had 2 hits in the top of the third inning, or excuse me, top of the second inning. Led off by a double by Brody Black. Jet Black had a single after him. Docs then ground into a double play for Jacob Luther to finish things off. And the Docs unable to capitalize on the base hits in the second inning. Leading things off will be Gabe Burke, Caden Johnson, and Garrett Russell to start off things here in the second. Or excuse me, make it the third inning. Looks like Nate Morgan's going to come in from the DH position to take over for Sebastian Bovin on the mound. And Morgan will fire a first pitch in strike. So Nate Morgan takes over. 2 innings work for Bovin, 2 hits, no runs. No walks, 1 strikeout. That's easy enough to calculate.
Waiting for a ticket, last 3 digits, 532.
So nobody out here leading things off in the third inning. Gabe Burke. Strike called. Out of the windup from Morgan. Swing and a miss. Goes down for strike 3 for Gabe Burke. So Burke will go down as the first victim of Nate Morgan.
Number 6, Caden Johnson.
Nate Morgan, he was the first to hit a home run there in the second inning, so he goes from hitting home runs to now pitching. He misses high and inside on the first pitch to Caden Johnson, the 9-hitter for the Doc Stewarts. Johnson fouls one back. 1 ball, 1 strike against the Doc Stewarts. Third baseman, Johnson getting a chance to start there. Haven't really seen him at third much here during the summer. I don't know if we've seen him there at all, unless he played there during the Salem tournament that the Docs were just in, that I did not get a chance to catch. 2 balls and a strike against Caden Johnson. He's a very versatile player for the Doc Stewarts. He's played at second, short, now at third. He'll swing and fouls one up, giving Chase Dinkle will run out of room, and that'll send the fans scrambling. down in the bleachers to our right, and the home fans for Grants Pass. With the foul ball, it evens things up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Caden Johnson, he tried to pull back on a check swing, and he could not do so. Oh, must have gotten a piece of it. Boy, that's surprising, the way he swung at that. He was handcuffed. Got all sorts of jammed, but still somehow managed to get a piece of it to stay alive. 2-2 pitch. That one out towards right field. And just making the minor adjustment out there, Bennett Rogers able to make the play for the second out. 2 down. Top of the lineup, it's Garrett Russell that'll stand in. 2 down, nobody on. Russell popped out in foul territory his first time up. Garrett will step in. Swings and a ground ball towards short. Cade Kissel bobbles. He stays with it, and he'll beat the runner. 6-3 the out, and that'll wrap things up. A 1-2-3 inning for Nate Morgan coming on in relief. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Still a 2-0 lead in favor of the Grants Pass Nuggets. Back with the bottom of the third inning on CBS Sports Radio. 1490 The Score. That is also online at 541radio.com.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back for the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-0 in favor of the Grants Pass Nuggets. Docs Baseball is brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Cade Kissel leads things off for Grants Pass here in the bottom of the third. They've got 3 hits in the ball game, 2 of them solo home runs to give them their 2-0 lead. First pitch, a called strike against Cade Kissel. Zach Mandera on the mound for his third inning of work. We've already seen 1 pitching change, brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Ground ball off the end of the bat for Kissel towards second. Luther gets it, throws to first. It gets away. Kissel is heading for second base. No throw to be made by the catcher, Gabe Burke. That'll be an error by second baseman Jacob Luther.
He reaches on error, bringing up left fielder.
He ends up at second base on the throwing error. So man into scoring position for the Nuggets without a base hit. Not the way things would like to start here in this second frame. The first pitch now for Vinny Zavolta is taken high and away for ball 1. Zavolta struck out swinging in the first inning. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Mandera in the first. He pops this one in the air out towards right field. Circling underneath it is Jet Black. He catches, and tagging and advancing to third will go Kissel. He'll get into third base with a headfirst slide. It was unnecessary. No throw all the way to the bag. One away. Zavolta 0 for 2 now. One out. Tyler Rund will bat next. Struck out looking in the first. Stepping off the rubber, Mandera will reset before the first pitch. To Rund. You got the feeling that Rund did not really appreciate the calls that he got in his first plate appearance as he takes inside for a 1-0 count. Mandera trying to challenge him on that inside edge, and Rund just barely scooted out of the way. In the dirt for a 2-0 count. Out at third base, Cade Kissel, representing what would be the third run of the game for Grants Pass. That ball in the air out towards left field, giving chase. Gillespie will chase it down in foul territory as it falls for strike one. Two balls and a strike now against the cleanup hitter for the Nuggets. Pitch in the dirt. Takes it to a 3-1 count. Doc's got to get some offense going. Just the 2 hits in the second inning, all they've had. 3 hits on the other side for Grants Pass, but they've been able to do the damage pretty well with the 2 solo home runs. Umpire called time for a second at the request of Gabe Burke. 3-1 pitch for Mandera, outside for ball 4, and he issues the walk to Tyler Rund. Rund heads on down to first. They're on the corners now for Grants Pass with 1 out. Trey Frage will bat next. Frage with an RBI opportunity with runners on the corners and just 1 away. He flew out to right field his last time up. Something similar here could drive in a run. He'll fly out to right field, but this one's going to land in fair territory. It'll be extra bases for Frage. He's hustling into second base. The throw in cut off by Stone. 1 run comes in. First to third for Tyler Rund. And into second base standing up goes Trey Frage, who fights that pitch off into right field and picks up an RBI.
Pitcher number 7, Nate Morgan, with 2 on.
So a run in makes it 3-0. 2 on with 1 out. And now Nate Morgan, who is the pitcher for Grants Pass after coming in relief of Sebastian Bovin, swings and fouls off the first pitch. Morgan, of course, had the ball hit out of the park to start the scoring in the second inning. Squares the bunt here. They throw to the plate. They need to make the tag. It was not a force out. And Gabe Burke.
That's an RBI single for Nate Morgan.
Gabe Burke, mental mistake there. He thought it was a force out.
Number 22.
Could have made the tag to stop the run. But instead, he was standing on the bag thinking it was a force and that he was going to get the out at home. That's going to get Scott Shaver out there to draw everybody in to have a quick conversation. A mental mistake there at the plate for the Docs, and it costs them a run. So the entire infield comes in to have a quick conversation there. Nate Morgan reaching base on a fielder's choice. Not sure exactly how that one goes down. Fielder's choice is all I could think of. An RBI for Morgan. I don't know if there's technically an error in there. Another run in, so it's 4-0 now for Grants Pass. 1 away, still runners at first and second. First pitch, a check swing for Colton Fisher, fouls it off for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Fisher will take low and outside. 1-1 count. Man, Darren needs to fight through the frustrations now to try and calm himself down and get himself back into this game. Pitch was high to even up the count at 2-2. Fisher puts this high in the air out towards right field. Long run for Jet. He'll make the catch, coming way in to get to that one. And there's your second out. Another ball in the air for Jet Black in right field. Two down.
For out number 2.
Still at first, Nate Morgan. Trey Frage at second. 2 outs here in the third inning after another 2 runs have come in so far for Grants Pass. And Colby Dinkle will step in, was on base when an out made at second to he was forced out at second after getting on with a single in the second inning. Puts this one towards short, fielded by Cody Johnson, and he gets it over to John Stone for the final out. So the Docs do get out of things here in the third inning, but they give up a couple of runs. And a couple of mistakes in this one, costing the Docs another couple of runs. So they trail 4-0 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball, you're listening and watching at 541radio.com.
That makes your score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob. Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Top of the fourth inning, Docs looking to get some positive momentum building up here as they make their way to the midway point of this second game of tonight's doubleheader between the Doc Stewarts and the Grants Pass Nuggets. Tomorrow night we'll be back in Roseburg when the Docs will host the Nuggets for the second doubleheader of the series. Docs Baseball tonight brought to you by optometrist Dr. Bonnie Gower. She's here to open your eyes to more options when it comes to your vision. To find out more or to schedule your appointment, call 440-2590. Docs trail 4-0 against the Nuggets, who won 15-8 in Game 1. Docs took the early lead in Game 1, but have not had as much luck here in Game 2 trying to get runs across. Doran Gillespie, the left fielder, will stand in. First pitch inside to the Docs left fielder. Doran moving up in the lineup here for Game 2 after playing in, or batting lower in the lineup in Game 1. 1-0 delivery from Nate Morgan. That's in for strike one. Make sure that is still Morgan out there. He came on in relief after just 2 innings of work for Sebastian Bovin. They might have had him on a bit of a pitch count. It's a ball fouled back for Gillespie. Gives him a 1-2 count. Had read that it looked like Bovin had missed some time. Not sure if due to injury or other reasons, but might have put him on a bit of a pitch limit here to not overextend him too much as he makes his way back. 1-2 pitch for Gillespie. Swing, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Doc so far with just the 2 hits in the game. That's a double by Brody Black and a single by Jet Black. Late night doubleheader for us here. It seems like this is one of the first ones we've had like this all summer. Really getting into the grind of things now. Pitch low and outside. Goes to a 2-2 count for Gillespie. Feels like one of the first times that we've had one of these late night doubleheaders. And I don't know what it is about Grants Pass, but it seems like when we play here, we never seem to get out of here at a reasonable time. 2-2 outside. Count goes full for Doran as we near the 10 o'clock hour in this ball game. Game 2 is tentatively scheduled to start around 8 o'clock. That's kind of the guess usually. 2 hours in for each game. As a foul ball will keep Gillespie at the plate with another full count pitch coming. So start game 1 at 6 o'clock. You kind of anticipate 2 hours for the game to be played. Then you get game 2 started about 8 o'clock. Well, it was probably not close. It was probably closer to 9 o'clock by the time we got the second game started here tonight. 3-2 pitch for Gillespie, and it beans him.
Gillespie hit by pitch.
So Doran will get a chance to get on base for the first time.
White ticket, last 3 digits, 462.
Morgan beaning his first batter. We've had plenty of them tonight.
Now batting for the Docs, first baseman number 15.
Tyler Runn hit 1 in game 1. So the Docs have been beaten twice over the 2 games so far. But the Docs pitching staff hit 6 batters in game 1 of our doubleheader. Gillespie on at first. Jonathan Stone will hit. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Holding on Gillespie at first base, Colton Fisher. They just got some big-bodied guys on this Grants Pass squad. A lot of older guys returning. Stone will line drive shot to center. It bounces, gets in. Nearly bounces away from Run, but he'll take it on the one hop and sends it in. Jonathan Stone will pick up his first hit here in game 2. Runners at first and second now for the Docs. Now, it's not despite the fact that it feels like maybe the Docs have been a little bit downtrodden here in this one. A couple of mental mistakes out there. It's still not a game that has gotten away from them. Only 4-0 game. Game tying run would be the on-deck circle right now with 2 runners on. Nobody out. Brody Black at the plate. He had a sweet swing in his first at-bat. Hitting a double to right center. He takes in the dirt for ball 1. So a 4-0 game. It's definitely not out of reach, despite the fact that it has been kind of a night that the Docs, many things about tonight that they'd probably like to forget. Game 1, letting a lead slip away and giving up some big innings. Game 2 here, a couple mental mistakes. The 1-0 pitch for Brody Black, a chopper towards second, misplayed. Stone will get into second base, and everyone's safe. Misplayed at second by Bastendorf. He kind of caught him in a weird angle coming in on the high hoppers. Went off of his glove. Jonathan Stone ran around the defender in the base path, gets in safely to second, and no chance to make the throw to first to get Brody Black, who's on for a second time, this time reaching on an error. Up to second, Stone. To third base, Doran Gillespie. Bases are loaded. As mentioned, there's still a chance to come back in this one. Cody Johnson will hit. First pitch swinging, he gets it through on the right side. Docs are on the board. They're going to send Jonathan Stone around third. The throw to the plate, not in time. And the Docs will score 2 on an RBI single by Cody Johnson. He continues to drive in runs for the Doc Stewarts. Doran Gillespie scores, Jonathan Stone scores, and it's 4-2 your score now. So the Docs get back into this ball game. First and second with nobody out still. Jet Black will bat now. Pitch inside. He ducks out of the way of it for ball one. And here comes a visit to the mound now for the Grants Pass coaching staff. Four to 2 is the count right now. Doc Stewart's Baseball today is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. We've had one call to the pen already for Grants Pass. And the calls to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. Your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Cody Johnson, he did that in game one, too, as he drives in two on his single through the right side of the infield. He did that in game one, where he just kind of trickles one through the infield. One of those ones where the second baseman, he's chasing it, and it just never feels like he truly catches up to it. At the plate, Jet Black with the 1-0 count. He takes for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jet had a single in the second inning. 2 hits here in the fourth so far for the Docs, trailing 4-2. Morgan's 1-1 in the dirt. Everybody stays put after Colby Dinkle knocks it down behind the plate. Does a nice job to keep it in front of him. Does not allow the runners to move. Out at second base, Brody Black. At first base, Cody Johnson. Docs will likely play it a little bit more conservative on the base paths with the current staff out there on the bases. Low and inside for Jet, and he's got a 3-1 count. 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third for Grants Pass. Docs cut it in half with 2 runs here in the top of the fourth. They'll need to rely on Zach Mandera in the bottom of the fourth inning to keep the score at least at 4 runs for Grants Pass. Jet Black will draw a walk to load the bases. Nobody out
Jet Black draws a walk.
Here in the fourth inning, and this could really be a big inning brewing for the Doc Stewarts. Nobody throwing in the bullpen as of yet for Grants Pass. But as I say that, there could be some action getting up and headed that way. Nate Morgan, of course, a tough guy to bring out of the game with his bat so hot right now as he fires in a strike against Jacob Luther. Luther grounded into an inning-ending double play in the second when the Docs had an opportunity to try and bring in a run. He'll try to avoid grounding into a double play here, although if he did, it would drive in a run. A line drive to the mound, and it goes to shortstop. They get 1 run in on the double play. Unlucky there for Jacob Luther. Right back up the middle. Nate Morgan slowed it down. Cade Kissel able to get to it. He steps on second, throws to first. They do get the double play. But with nobody out, that's just 2 outs. Scoring was Brody Black. Makes it 4-3. And coming up to hit will be Kyler Leischner. A pinch hit appearance for him with Cody Johnson on at third. The pitch is high for Leischner for ball 1. Unlucky there for Luther. Hard hit ball right up the middle. If it doesn't get slowed down by Nate Morgan's glove on the mound, that might have gotten through into center field. Instead, it's a double play. The 1-0 for Leischner, low for a 2-0 count. Kyler Leischner batting for Gabe Burke here. Got to imagine he comes in defensively. Or maybe not even. We'll see. 2-0, pitches low and inside to go to a 3-0 count. Leischner played at the catcher position in game 1. hitting here for Gabe Burke, who's catching in game 2. 3-0 pitch. Morgan misses. Ball gets by. Cody Johnson heading to the plate. We've got a tie ball game. And it's a completely different feel now in this game as the Docs will tie things up after the walk by Leischner and the wild pitch to score Cody Johnson.
Leischner walks.
So 4 runs in here in the 4th to tie this ball game up. Still just 2 outs, and on at first, Kyler Leischner. See if he stays in to run here. I guess he's not technically the catcher as of yet, so he does run for himself at first. And now another visit out to the mound. Still no action in the bullpen for Grants Pass. I'm not sure if they had anybody, but looks like no action still. They may have to bring somebody in who has been in the field. Visit out to the mound, and they will make a change. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Nate Morgan done. That could be big for the Docs if that means his bat comes out of the lineup. We'll see how they move things around, though. We'll get you all the defensive changes after we come back. 60-second break. You're watching Docs Baseball on 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Third pitcher on the mound tonight for the Grants Pass Nuggets. It'll be Colton Fisher, who moves over from first base to the mound, taking over for Nate Morgan. We'll wait to figure out what the rest of the defensive substitutions are. Fisher pitched 1/3 of an inning in game 1. Nate Morgan played at third base in game 1. We'll see if he stays in the game and defensively, and knowing that his bat is something they'd like to have in the lineup.
Ticket 517.
It's a tie ball game at 4-4 after the Docs have scored 4 times here in the top of the 4th inning. With 2 outs, there's a man on at first, as Colton Fisher will face Caden Johnson to start out his time on the field. So it looks like on at first base will be Cade King enters the game. I believe that means he'll enter for Nate Morgan, unless they made a switch somewhere else. Bassendorf still at second. Still Kissel at short. And looks like that is still Trey Frodge at third. Zavolta in left. Rund in center.
Pitching for the Nuggets, number 22, Colton Fisher.
And I believe that'll be Bennett Rogers out and right. Yep. So it looks like Nate Morgan comes out of the game, and entering in for him will be Cade King.
Ticket 517, ticket 476,
So they,
ticket 476, and ticket
I would imagine that means they lose the DH, although the umpire's talking with Coach Shaver, probably explaining how that worked.
I've drawn 10 tickets now with no takers.
I am going to say that
$5 gift certificates at Casablanca, Wild River Pizza, a free appetizer at Red Robin, Laughing Clown.
well, now they continue to have a conversation with Coach Shaver down there.
Holy cow, I actually just found another one. I've got a free guest.
There's movement going on all over the place and not getting much of an explanation, and it makes it lovely. So apparently they argued, I think that probably the argument is that Kyler Leischner won't get a courtesy runner, probably because he's not technically the catcher as of yet. He hasn't played there defensively. So they put the courtesy runner that had come in for Kyler back on the bench, and Kyler comes back out to run it first. That's where I think some of the confusion was just starting to brew. All right, we are back underway here after the Shelby and Migulanda construction call to the pen. Colton Fisher's first pitch to Caden Johnson is strike one. Nate Morgan comes out of the game, giving up the lead as Fisher will miss inside for a 1-1 count. Again, it's a 4-4 game. Docs with 4 runs here in the top of the 4th inning. They've got 2 outs against them. Kyler Leischner on at first. Caden Johnson at the plate with the 1-1 count. Fisher will come set, working out of the stretch. Swing and a foul ball back to the net for strike 2. Two hits here in the 4th inning. An error in there, a wild pitch, a couple of walks, helping the Docs score their 4 runs. Fisher's 1-2 pitch. Johnson fouls it off, stays alive. That one going far down the right field side into the corner down there. Waiting on deck, Garrett Russell, the top of the lineup. Already 3 pitchers used for Grants Pass in this contest. The 1-2 swung on and fouled back. Staying alive, Johnson. Ooh, that one landed on top of the roof here in the press box. So my guess is that Cade King will be batting for Nate Morgan in the 6th spot in the lineup card when that comes back around. One hopper towards second. Nick Bassendorf up in. He will toss it over to Cade King for the final out. Doc Stewart's get a 4 spot up on the board, and they get themselves back into this contest, tying it up at 4-all. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Zach Mandera, after a lengthy layoff in between his pitching appearances, will head back out there on the mound, trying to keep it a tie ball game when we return here on 541radio.com.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay. Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Doc Stewart's baseball here on 541radio.com tonight is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Mandera out there for his 4th inning of work. He has surrendered 4 hits in the contest so far. Both sides with 4 hits.
Number 1, Bennett Rogers.
Both sides with 4 runs as well. Tied ball game, 4-4. First pitch misses for ball 1 from Mandera. This one in the air from Bennett Rogers. Out towards center field, making the long run and catch is Garrett Russell in center field. 1 away, and Rogers now 0 for 2 on the day.
Nick Bassendorf.
Nick Bassendorf, the leadoff man, will step in. Bastendorf 0 for 2 in this one against Zach Mandera. Struck out in the first.
It's 4-6-4 and 5-1-0.
First pitch from Mandera, fastball tails away. Ball 1. Mandera's 1-0, a swing and a miss, actually foul tipped into the glove. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 called. Zach, 3 strikeouts in the ball game. Of the 4 hits, 2 of them were solo home runs. That gave Grants Pass a 2-0 lead in the second inning. They scored 2 more in the third. As Mandera misses outside. Should make note that behind the plate, Kyler Leichner did stay in defensively. So Leichner back behind the dish again after being in there in game 1. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. Check swing at the plate there for Bassendorf. And he got just enough of it to stay alive at the plate. That ball in the air to right field. It'll drop in for a base knock.
Base hit for Nick
Jet Black going after that one. It was towards the line, and Jet just too long of a distance to try and cover to get to it in time. A single down the right field side. Gets a man on with 1 away.
How about tickets 449 and 486?
Up next, it's Cade Kissel, the shortstop. First pitch, a swing and a miss for Kissel. Strike 1. He is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Reached on an error in the third. He also reached on a walk in the first inning. Throw over to first base to check on Nick Bassendorf. He goes in with the head first slide safely. Another throw over there. That one close. In safely with the safe call. Bassendorf goes in. It looks like Jonathan Stone probably lost a handle on that baseball. Pitch outside. Goes to a full count now here against Cade Kissel with Nick Bassendorf out at first. Ball in the air out towards center field. Going back, Garrett Russell over the shoulder catch. He makes a great play.
Garrett Russell makes the play.
Running straight back, that ball right at him.
That'll bring up.
He just had to turn and look like a wide receiver to make that catch. He, of course, did that plenty during the fall with the Roseburg football team. This time a little white object flying right at him, and he makes the grab for the second out. 2 down. Defense coming out to help out Zach Mandera here in the fourth. Tie ball game 4-4. Both teams looking to try and get a win here in Area 4 play. Grants Pass took game 1. Doc's looking to try and get game 2 to go to 1-1 in league play. First pitch, a strike against Vinny Zavolta. Pitch high, goes off the glove for Leichner all the way to the backstop. And into second base will go Bassendorf. He would represent the game, the go-ahead run. One ball, 1 strike for Mandera. Looking for the final out, trying to get out of the fourth inning. Another pitch goes to the backstop. And up to third now will go Bassendorf. The Doc Stewarts once again hurting themselves a little bit here. 2-1 delivery from Mandera. That ball in the air out towards center, going back Russell. He is going quick. This one is going to be too far out in front of him. Extra bases for Zavolta. He's heading for third. He is driven in the go-ahead run already, and he's in at third base.
With an RBI triple.
He got a lot of that one. That ball carried. The wind not really aiding the ball on that one. It looked like the American flag is just dead. I didn't think he had gotten quite so much of that one. It just kept going and going on Garrett Russell out there, and he was chasing it down, trying to get to that baseball. Diving attempt just not there in time. And that is a triple for Zavolta. And he drives in the go-ahead run, 5-4, now in favor of Grants Pass. Some big hits off of Zach Mandera here in this one. Oh, 1 the count here against Tyler Rund. And pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rund 0 for 1 in the game, a strikeout and a walk. He fouls off a pitch to give him a 1-2 count. So let's see, 2 home runs, a double and a triple in this game so far for Grants Pass as a team. 1-2 pitch inside, evens up things. 5-4 after the Docs storm back to tie up the game in the top half of this 4th inning. A run here in the bottom half has given Grants Pass a 5-4 edge. The 2-2 pitch, Rund out to right field, coming in and unable to make the play is Jet Black. Another run will score. Rund is heading for second. He'll stop there. Jet just trying to get there in time. Could not get in front of it. Bounces by him as he's running to get to the ball. And that allows a double there for Tyler Rund, driving in another run for Grants Pass. They now lead 6-4 over the Doc Stewarts. Still 2 outs, but a triple and a double have extended this inning and driven in a couple more runs. 6-4, first pitch jam shot for Trey Frage, who had a double back in the 3rd. The 0-1 delivery for Mandera. Ground ball right side, picked up by Johnson. His throw to first, not going to be there. Nice job by first baseman Jonathan Stone to come off the bag to make sure that the runner at third, Tyler Rund, does not get a chance to try and advance to home. An infield single for Trey Frage. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Runners on the corners with 2 down. And it'll be Cade King, who did come in defensively. He'll get his first chance to hit, taking over in the spot of Nate Morgan. Runner going, throw down to second. Got him. Thrown out at second base, Trey Frage. And that'll wrap things up here in the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. 2 runs in for Grants Pass gives them a 6-4 advantage. You're watching Docs Baseball on 541radio.com.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
5-4-7 also. 4-5-1 and 5-4-7.
We come back. It's the 5th inning. Doc Stewart's trailing 6-4 against the Grants Pass Nuggets. Doc's getting all 4 of their runs in the 4th inning. The Nuggets have scored 2 runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th innings in this ball game. Doc Stewart's baseball tonight brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. Doc Stewart's send the top of the lineup up to hit against Colton Fisher, third pitcher up on the mound for the Grants Pass Nuggets. Out of the windup, Fisher will fire in, and that is a foul ball on a bunt attempt for Garrett. No balls, 1 strike here against the leadoff man for the Docs. Garrett 0 for 2 in this one. The 0-1 pitch, he'll swing and miss for strike 2. Russell had a couple of hits in game 1, but has not yet broken through here in game 2. Colton Fisher in the first game mentioned he pitched just a third of an inning total. He pitched to just 1 batter as Russell fouls back a pitch to stay alive. He faced Jacob Luther, who grounded a ball to third base, and final out of the game was made at third on a force out there. So getting a little bit longer here in game 2. Colton Fisher getting some work. He misses inside. A ball and 2 strikes against Garrett Russell. Docs do have somebody thrown in the bullpen. They're blocked by the trees down that direction, so I can't tell you who. 1-2 pitch from Fisher. Upstairs, Russell lays off. Tough one to let go by, but Garrett sees one go by just at the top of the strike zone. 2-2 pitch from Fisher. Gets Russell to pop up this on the infield, and it's going to fall in the infield grass for a base hit. Second baseman Nick Bassendorf and shortstop Cade Kissel, neither rushing to get there, and it looked like, I think maybe Kissel maybe thought that Bassendorf was going to get there first, and then Bassendorf maybe thinking that Kissel was going to take it. Neither does, and a pop fly on the infield will be the first hit of the game for Garrett Russell. Gets himself on base, brings the game-tying run to the plate in Doran Gillespie. Pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Kind of seems as if everybody, maybe this first doubleheader of Area 4 play, kind of just in a bit of an adjustment. Maybe everybody taking some time to try and, wake up in this one. Kind of feeling after a little bit of vacation. Maybe I'm feeling the same way. Scoring to bunt, Gillespie lays down a bunt. It goes right back to the mound, fielded by Fisher. Nobody at second base for him, so he throws to first to get 1 out. Takes the guaranteed out. He didn't feel comfortable throwing out to second base. And so Russell able to get in, and it will be a sac bunt for Doran Gillespie. 1 away, Jonathan Stone will hit with a man in scoring position. We've seen a few mental mistakes in this game, game 2 of this doubleheader. It's a pitch in for a strike against Stone, gives him an 0-1 count. From both sides, to be fair. Wasn't just the misplay on the pop-up on the infield there for Grants Pass. The Docs have had their mental miscues as well. It's another foul ball. That one makes it an 0-2 count here against Jonathan Stone. So maybe just the pressure of a doubleheader in league play and playing late at night, going into the 10 o'clock hour now, might just be taking its toll on these guys as they get adjusted to what the summer season's like. The 0-2 pitch just misses the Stone outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to him. Garrett Russell out at second base. Docs trail 6-4 in the top of the 5th inning, trying to avoid getting swept by Grants Pass to start out Area 4 play. Colton Fisher on the mound, comes set, the 1-2, fouled back. Stone had a single in the 4th inning, came around to score. Part of the 4 runs for the Doc Stewarts in that 4th inning. 1-2 pitch from Fisher. Up the middle, and that one slow rolls on the infield grass, picked up by Bassendorf. His throw to first, not going to get there in time. It rolls away. Docs will score 1. Stone up to second base. That one a long run for Cade King at first, and he will track it down as Stone's going to get an infield hit on a little dribbler that just died on that infield grass. He gets the hit and then takes second base on the throwing error. Coming around to score, Garrett Russell scores on the error as well. And the Doc Stewarts back within 1, 6-5 is your score. With a man out at second base for the Docs and just 1 out. Brody Black hitting here. He is 1 for 2 today. Reached on an error his last time. He takes outside for ball 1. Brody puts this one high in the air out towards shallow right field. Bassendorf will make the play.
Bassendorf with the catch.
There's your second out.
That's out number 2. Now batting for Roseburg, number 12.
So 2 down.
Johnson.
Cody Johnson will hit. He had the 2 RBI single in the 4th inning to drive in 2 runs. First pitch swinging, he puts this in the air, foul territory right side, and that'll get down for strike 1. Second base is Jonathan Stone. He is the game-tying run out there late in this ball game. The 0-1 for Johnson, inside and low at his shoe tops. He holds up the hand to tell Jonathan Stone, no, don't run. One pitch from Fisher. Outside this time. 2 balls and a strike now for Cody. Two one. The delivery chopped towards third, but foul. Johnson will have a 2-2 count when he gets reset. Cody trying to come up with another clutch hit for the Doc Stewarts. A 2-out base knock here could tie this game up once again. Cody, a ground ball towards third, picked up by Frage, and his throw across the diamond is good for out number 3. Wraps up things in the 5th inning. Doc Stewarts cut it back down to a 1-run game, keeping themselves in this one against Grants Pass as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-5 your score. Back after this on 541radio.com.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning as They do the chicken dance here. That feels appropriate after my journeys out to Wisconsin. They love the chicken dance out there. We played that at my wedding in Wisconsin. That's right, I did. We are back here on 541radio.com as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Doc Stewarts get one there in the top of the fifth. They trail 6-5 against Grants Pass, but they keep themselves in this one after losing a lopsided game in Game 1. Zach Mandera on the mound continues to throw for the Doc Stewarts. He misses low and outside against Cade King, who was at the plate when the fourth inning came to an end after a caught stealing took place for Trey Frodge. Pitch fouled back and evening up the count at 1-1 for King. Cade King, a first at-bat of the game, puts it in the air towards second, and Jacob Luther's there to make the play.
Luther with the catch for out number 1.
One away, and Colton Fisher, the pitcher, will bat next.
Colton Fisher.
Fisher with a 1-for-2 day. Flew out to right field in the third inning, and of course had the solo home run back in the second. He is the pitcher on the mound currently for Grants Pass. He takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. Two-0 count after the second pitch misses inside from Mandera. Ooh. Got him right between the shoulder blades in the back as Mandera beans somebody.
Hit by pitch.
That has been a popular phrase tonight, hit by pitch. Seventh batter hit by Doc Stewart's pitchers in both games combined.
A hit by pitch prize.
2 hit batters for the Docs tonight
Pitch prize for ticket number 5
from the pitching staff for Grants Pass. Trying to think here. Colton Fisher, I think he could be in line to pick up the win if the score stays in Grants Pass's favor. Ball high in the air out to right field by Colby Dinkle, and the catcher will fly out to Jet Black. 2 down.
Now batting for the Nuggets. Right fielder number
2 down
1,
with the man
Bennett
on
Rogers.
at first, and the 9-hitter Bennett Rogers stands in, the right fielder. Right fielder 0 for 2 in this game. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. So let's see. In the fourth inning, that's when Colton Fisher came in. So he came in with the game tied. His team has given him the lead now. So yeah, Colton Fisher, who's on at first base, is in line to pick up a win if Grants Pass stays in front. A breaking ball misses low and away. A 1-1 count for Bennett Rogers. Flew out to center field to lead off the fourth inning. Hits here with 2 out and 1 on. Strike on the outside corner to him. Makes it a 1-2 count. Doc's trailing right now 6-5 as we're in the bottom of the fifth inning. The 1-2 is into right field for Rogers. His first hit of the ball game. Fisher up to second base.
Bennett Rogers with the base hit.
Rogers gets on base a second time, reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Makes it first and second with 2 away for Grants Pass. Nick Bastendorf, the second baseman, will get a chance to step in. 1 for 3 today for Bastendorf. Just got the lucky spot down the right field side in the fourth inning to get him on.
509, your winner.
I'm not sure the delay there. It seemed as if the Grants Pass coaches were yelling around trying to figure something out here. I think they have. Breaking ball from Mandera will finish low for ball 1. One-0 count for Bastendorf. Pitch top end of the strike zone. Makes it a 1-1 count. Right now, a 1-run lead for Grants Pass. They're trying to add to it with 2 outs. Mandera, meanwhile, trying to get that final out. He misses outside, a 2-1 count. Nick Bastendorf was a 5A, 6A All-Star this year after his senior season with the Crater Comets, who won the state championship. 2-1 pitch. He puts this high in the air out towards left field, going back towards the warning track and unable to make the catch. Gillespie will track it down. 2 runs will score. Bastendorf heading for 3. The throw. Got him! Bastendorf caught trying to go for 3, but he drives in 2 runs before that. Nick Bastendorf, a 2-run double, caught trying to make it a triple, goes down as a final out, but a couple more runs come in for Grants Pass, and they now lead by 3. Your score, 8-5. Doc Stewart's trailing as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The defense helps get the final out, but not before those costly runs come in. We go to the top of the 6th, 3-run game here on 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Top of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's baseball here on 541radio.com, brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall. For new patients, mention the code Perfect Smile and receive a free exam and x-rays. Well, the Docs can't seem to stop this Grants Pass offense. They've scored 2 runs in every inning except for the first, and right now they lead 8-5. Docs keep trying to keep up, but it seems like they keep giving up the runs when Grants Pass's offense comes to the plate. A 2-out double by Nick Bastendorf added 2 there in the 5th inning. Jet Black leads things off for the Docs. He has an 0-1 pitch, and it's low to make it a 1-1 count from Colton Fisher. Fisher, one of the 2 runners to score in the bottom of the 5th inning to stretch the Grants Pass lead. Jet Black gets around on 1, down on the handle. He pulls that well into foul territory down the left field line for strike 2. Fisher got hit by a pitch to get on base. And then a 2-out double by Nick Bastendorf. He tried to stretch to a triple, got caught doing that, but he drove in 2 runs, giving his team an 8-5 lead. And again, he's in line to get the win if he can keep the advantage in favor for the Nuggets. Jet Black's 1-2 pitch. Chops out one back towards the mound. Could be a tough play for Fisher. He'll barehand it, throws it to first, and he gets Jet by a half step. Jet looked a little slow out of the batter's box. Maybe another step, and he might have been able to get out of there and down the line fast enough to make that a base hit, but I think he thought it might have been off the plate and that it might have been going foul. It stayed in fair territory, and he's out by a half step. At the dish, Jacob Luther takes down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 misses rolls away from the catcher, Colby Dinkle. Evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike here against Luther. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to shortstop, a couple of double plays. Oh, frustrating night for Jacob Luther as he takes a pitch in the dirt for a 2-1 count. He has twice grounded into a 6-3 double play. The last one was a comebacker to the mound off the glove of Nate Morgan. It slowed it down enough to ricochet to the shortstop, Cade Kissel, who then was able to step on the bag and throw over to first for the double play. Luther this time going to go to right field, and it drops in. He'll pick up a hit. Doc Stewart's need a few of those.
Base hit for Luther.
Luther gets that one down in right field.
Kyler
Leischner stands in with 1 out. Leischner took over in the catcher position for Gabe Burke. Leischner walked his only time up so far. Takes strike 1. Leischner was the last batter to face Nate Morgan before the coaching staff decided to pull him out and bring in Colton Fisher, third pitcher on the mound for Grants Pass here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. The 0-1 for Leischner, a swing and a foul tip for strike 2. Leischner had a double in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Gets underneath this one out to left field. Drifting back will go Zavolta. Camps underneath it.
Makes the catch for out number 2.
2 away now.
Now batting for the Dogs.
Caden Johnson up next, the 9-hitter.
Number 6, Caden Johnson.
Johnson playing at third base here in the nightcap. Jacob Luther on at first. Docs trailing by 3 in the top of the 6th inning. On the verge of possibly getting swept by Grants Pass on the road. Docs would like to then turn around and win 2 at home against Grants Pass tomorrow. Swing and a miss for strike 1 against Caden Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 in this contest. Batting in the 9 spot. Fisher will check first. Luther has a decent lead over there. Pitch goes outside, a 1-1 count. Luther was he was more than happy to take an aggressive lead over there at first. Has an extra half step now. A 1-1 count at the plate for Caden Johnson. Fisher delivers in. Pitches inside. Backing up out of the way. Scooting the toes back. Caden Johnson ahead in the at-bat. A 2-1 count. Looking to try and move Jacob Luther around and get himself on base. Fouls one off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Docs will be back at home. Tomorrow we start a little bit earlier. We'll go at 5 o'clock up at Legion Field. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Pre-game will start at 4:45. Pretty much all of the league games will start at that time as Caden Johnson will hit a soft liner. Didn't have enough as it will.
Out number 3. No runs,
that one just carries right to second base. And the Doc Stewarts leave a man stranded, unable to do anything in the 6th inning. They'll need to get at least 3 coming up in the 7th. Their next and final at-bats. Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 8-5. The Doc Stewarts trailing the Grants Pass Nuggets on 541radio.com.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Doc Stewarts will make a pitching change. Cade Meisner will come into the game for Zach Mandera, who exits after 5 innings of work. Right now, the game would be a loss to the tally of Zach Mandera if the score stays the same. Cade Meisner comes in from Sutherland High School. Meisner this season comes in with a, 1-0 record. Got a win against the Mid-Valley Southpaws a while ago there at the start of the season. This is another Call to the Pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. So, new man out there for the Docs. He'll fade Cade Kissel to lead things off. Meisner out of the windup. First pitch in. Starts out on the right foot. As he gets in the first pitch strike. Oh, 1 delivery. Meisner gets a swing and a miss, firing inside at the hands. Kissel missing at that pitch. An 0-2 count. Kissel in this one, 0 for 2, has a walk, reached on an error. The 0-2 delivery from Meisner. Swing and a miss. He gets him to go down with a strikeout. That is a Joe's Towing strikeout. First for the Docs pitching staff since the first inning when Zach Mandera struck out the side. Meisner picks up the strikeout there. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Up next is Vinny Zavolta. Score right now 8-5 in favor of the Grants Pass Nuggets. The first pitch swinging for Zavolta high in the air. And it's going to fall for a foul ball. And strike 1. Leischner and Caden Johnson both in the area. It looked like Leischner was the one calling for it. Probably should have been a ball that Caden Johnson took the initiative to try and get. Falls for an innocent foul ball. Strike 1 against Zavolta, who had a triple back in the 4th inning and drove in a run. He takes high for ball 1, a 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's baseball here on the Score, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Our foul ball, and it'll make it a 1-2 count.
Pizza 508.
The 1-2 pitch from Meisner is low. 2-2 count for Zavolta. Excuse me, Vinny Zavolta at the plate. Cade Kissel goes down with the strikeout to lead off the inning. Tyler Runn, the third batter, scheduled to come up. Pitch high, full count now for Zavolta. One away so far. Nobody on base. The full count pitch, fouled away. The full count pitch again. Strike 3 called. Zavolta thought it was ball 4. He was headed down to first. Instead, it's a backwards K in the book. And another Joe's Towing strikeout for Cade Meisner. Back-to-back Ks. And he needs one more to finish things off here in the 6th inning. Docs in the 7th will have the top of their lineup coming up. Starting with Garrett Russell, they need at least 3 to tie, 4 to take a lead and possibly win it here on the road. First pitch to Rund is a fastball for strike 1. Rund swings and fouls off a pitch for strike 2. The 0-2 delivery for Meisner out of the windup, looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. He does not get it there. Breaking ball outside. Pitch low again, goes to a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch coming up for Meisner in the dirt. And it'll go full. So Tyler Rund, who has a double, a strikeout, and a walk tonight. A full count pitch to him. Swings, he grounds it to third, and it gets by Caden Johnson. A diving attempt to get that one on the dirt. And Rund will keep the inning alive as he picks up a single, his second hit of game 2. Now 2 for 3. And it keeps things keeps the action moving for Grants Pass here in the 6th inning. They already lead 8-5, trying to possibly add a little bit more. Cade Meisner will have to face a 4th batter. Trey Frage will stand in. Frage has been a pretty hot hitter here in game 2. He is 2 for 3. Throw over to first base. Run back in safely. Meisner checking first before coming set. The righty will deliver the first pitch to Frage. It's low, ball 1. The Docs, top of the lineup, has scored a few runs here for the Docs. They'll try to get on and score some runs in the 7th. 2-0 count now as a pitch inside for Frage. Russell 1 for 3. Doran Gillespie reached and scored a run. Jonathan Stone 2 for 3 in the game with a run scored. Brody Black has a run scored as well. There's a swing and a miss out of Frage, gives him a 2-1 count. So there's been a little bit of offensive production at the top of the lineup for the Docs here in game 2. And they will hope that they get it and see it in the 7th as a foul ball back to the netting. Makes it a 2-2 count. Tyler Rund was headed to second on the play. He has to go back to first. Two-two delivery again for Meisner. Back up the middle, a sharp line drive into center field. Garrett Russell will come and collect it.
That's a base hit for
And it's back-to-back singles for the Nuggets.
That's going to bring up first base number 2.
Tyler Rund into second base. Frage, 3 hits in this one. So runners at first and second. Cade King will come up to hit. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Cade King came in defensively at first base after some pitching changes were made. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Takes outside, a 1-1 count. Meisner started out strong with back-to-back strikeouts. Now has given up back-to-back singles, trying to keep this a 3-run game as he misses high and inside. Not wanting to allow anything else to the Grants Pass offense, which has been very dangerous with 2 outs. A 2-1 pitch, low. Count goes 3-1. Three balls and a strike, a walk loads the bases. And Cade King takes ball 4.
And King works a walk. Speaking of walk,
very sharp start for Cade Meisner, and it has started to erode just a little bit. Back-to-back singles, now a walk, and he finds himself with the bases loaded and 2 away.
That'll bring up the pitcher, number 22, Colton.
And out to the mound will go pitching coach Tom Nielsen, who is also the head coach for Cade Meisner during the spring season out at Sutherland High School. So he'll head to the mound. While we've got a moment, want to let you know, Docs Baseball here on 541radio.com tonight. It's brought to you by serving Fisher's Hearth and Home. Serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. That is Fisher's Hearth and Home. Docs will be at home tomorrow against this Grants Pass team. Checking the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. From Area 4 tonight, it was a sweep for Medford against Klamath Falls. They took Game 1 20-3 in 5 innings. It wasn't a sweep. Medford loses Game 2. Klamath Falls wins 7-6 in 8 innings against Medford in the second one. So those two teams 1-1. The Docs cannot come back in this one. They'll be the lone team without a win in Area 4 at the bottom of the standings. Not necessarily where they'd like to be. Medford will host Klamath Falls coming up tomorrow. 1-0 pitch to Colton Fisher, and 2-0 pitch goes by. Throw to the plate, not going to be in time. A run will score on the pitch that gets by. And another run in.
Tyler Run gets in for a run.
So Tyler Rund comes in to score. Cade King up to second. Trey Frodge goes to third. The 2-0 pitch inside to Fisher goes to a 3-0 count. Walk would load the bases again. A 3-0 pitch for strike 1. Three-1, swing and a miss for Fisher. Strike 2, and it goes to a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 1 run in here in the 6th inning. Cade Meisner on in relief of Zach Mandera. His 3-2 pitch misses for ball 4, back-to-back walks. So the bases loaded again. 1 run has already come in on a wild pitch. Colby Dinkle will stand in, 1 for 3 in this contest. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts to start off this 6th inning for Cade Meisner, and since then, single, walk. First pitch he throws in is high and inside. Ball 1. So the Docs now find themselves needing 4 runs to tie and keep this game at least going to the bottom of the 7th as they strike in across. Gives it a 1-1 count for Dinkle. One pitch, swing and a miss. Dinkle chasing high and inside. Couldn't get around on it. He has a 1-2 count against him. He fights one off, goes right side, and it's caught in the air by Jonathan Stone. That'll wrap things up here in the bottom of the 6th, but another run comes across, and it's 9-5. Grants Pass in front of the Doc Stewarts. Docs need 4 to tie, 5 to take a lead and force the bottom of the 7th. We'll have the top of the 7th inning coming up next here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score and 541radio.com.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for the Nuggets.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Well, it'll come down to this here this evening. The Doc Stewarts head to the top of the 7th inning, trailing 9-5 against Grants Pass. If the Docs are unable to score at least 4, this one will come to an end here. Colton Fisher in line to get the win. Will come out to try and get the final 3 outs. He faces the top 3 in the Doc Stewarts lineup. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Coming up in the post-game show, we will run through the recap of this contest. And we will name our player of the game, so stay tuned for all of that. Want to also thank our sponsors, Oregon Coach Crafters, the best care in RV services and repair. First pitch to Garrett Russell, down the middle for strike 1 from Colton Fisher. Garrett in this one, 1 for 3, reaching on a bloop infield single in the 5th inning. And here come the sprinklers. Well, it's always fun when that happens. They must be on a timer. We've hit 11 o'clock. The pitcher, Colton Fisher, having to run off the mound to keep from getting too wet. The rest of the infielders seem to be okay. They're just hanging around. In fact, over at third base, Trey Frage actually seems to be kind of enjoying a little bit of mist from the sprinklers. Oh, that's always fun. You see this happen from time to time. Just having to wait at the moment. It's a 1-0 or 0-1 count for Garrett Russell when the at-bat resumes. Not sure who knows how to turn off the sprinklers. That appears to be the chore at the moment, to figure out how to turn them off. And it feels like we may, I don't know how long this delay is going to be. Well, it looks like they're going to have to go chase down a button somewhere, as the sprinklers have come on here from Grants Pass. This game this evening, well, let's see, we started game 1 at 6 o'clock, so we are going at 5 hours for the 2 games total. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, more sprinklers are coming on. Someone hit the wrong button. We wanted less sprinklers, not more sprinklers, but now we're turning them all on. And everybody's on the move trying to find a spot that is not going to get hit by a sprinkler. Garrett Russell's at home. He's spinning around trying to find out where it's all coming from. People scattering every which direction, trying to make sure they won't be the next victim of a surprise random attack by a sprinkler. Well, it's just kind of seems like I was going to say a fitting in. It's a very odd end to this game. Some of the sprinklers have now turned off. Some of them still on. Who knows? Maybe we just turn it into a slip and slide contest and see what happens here. There we go. They figured this one out. All right, back underway after a sprinkler delay. Nobody out, nobody on. Nobody out, nobody on. An 0-1 count for Garrett Russell at the plate, battling against Colton Fisher on the mound, who has come in back in the 4th inning. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings. He's in line to get the win at the moment. And before we get things restarted here, the umpire steps out from behind home. I don't know if they're looking to maybe do some field maintenance now after the field has gotten a little wet. It looks like Fisher is maybe kicking around some dirt, trying to keep the dirt from between his cleats here. Yeah, they're going to bring out a rake here, and they're going to do some work on the mound now, trying to make sure that things don't get too out of hand out there. 9-5 is our score. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 9-5. Doc's trailing by 4. Well, I think I was going to give you I gave you some of the scores from our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update earlier. Another one I wanted to mention, Oregon State baseball lost 4-1 tonight in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series in the College World Series to decide the national champion. So with that, the Oregon State Beavers, who were on the brink of elimination all through the bracket portion of the College World Series, now on the brink of elimination and finishing their season in 2nd place. The Beavers needing to win 2 straight against Arkansas starting tomorrow night when they take on the Razorbacks. It'll actually be more tomorrow afternoon here on the West Coast. 4 o'clock start time for that. 3:30 pregame. That'll be on 1490 The Score tomorrow on the radio, starting with pregame at 3:30 with Mike Parker. And then Doc's baseball tomorrow will be at home against Grants Pass, starting with Game 1 of their doubleheader at 5. So with the 2 teams playing at the same time, Docs will be back on the video stream at 541radio.com tomorrow for Game 1 of their doubleheader. And then the Beavers will be on the radio for Game 2 of their College World Series matchup. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. We'll have it for you, and you'll be able to follow the action with us. Squaring to bunt, Russell puts it down third base. Sorry, charging, and the throw to first. Oh! Russell tagged out at first by Cade King. Barehand throw at third by Frage, and it gets it over to King for the tag out. 1 away. Looked like Russell had gotten tagged in the back there on his numbers. And a little surprised that not a little bit more of a fuss put up by the Docs on the tag out there at first. First pitch swinging for Gillespie. It's out behind third. It's going into foul territory. Now drifting back into fair territory. It hit on the chalk, and Gillespie's into second base. Everybody overran it, and that one falls right on the chalk line down the left field line, and Gillespie gets a double out of it. So what do you know about that? That's why you keep running there, kids. Doran Gillespie picks up a double. That one right on the chalk line. You could see it kick up down the left field line there. So 1 on, 1 out. Doc's needing at least 4 here in this 7th. Jonathan Stone will bat next. He's 2 for 3 in this contest. Jonathan Stone stands in. Colton Fisher on the mound, gives up a double. He has now given up 4 hits in the contest in his time on the mound. First pitch swinging for Stone. It's off the hands and into the nets behind home for strike one. Stone back in there. He's got two singles. He rockets this one out towards left field on the run. Making the catch. Yes, out in left field, Zavolta, a head-first diving catch. He makes the play to rob a hit from Jonathan Stone. 2 down now. And it'll rest on Brody Black to try and keep this game moving. Sharp hit ball out to left field, had to make a perfect diving play in left, and Zavolta does so to steal that away from Jonathan Stone. So Brody Black, with a double on his tally, 1 for 3 in this game, stands in. 2 down, and the Docs need a big 2-out rally here in the 7th. First pitch swinging, Brody fouls it back. Well, the Docs scored 4 back in the 4th inning, and they need 4 here. Another foul ball for Brody, and he's got an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch coming up. Final strike of the game for the Docs, unless they can send a new hitter to the plate. It's low. A 1-2 count for Brody. Docs will have a busy week coming up. They play again tomorrow, as we've told you, and then they play Thursday, have Friday off, and back to it on Saturday. As a pitch away, goes to a 2-2 count. Going to Corvallis, hosting Corvallis. It's going to be a busy week with plenty of games on the schedule. 2-2 pitch coming up now for Fisher. Ground ball high, chopper up the middle. Bassendorf will get to it. He'll throw to first, and that will wrap up the sweep. Grants Pass takes the first doubleheader of Area 4 play for both teams. Doc Stewart's unable to keep up with the offense from the Nuggets. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 man left on base in the top of the 7th. Doc Stewart's fall 9-5 against the that's the second time I've done that, against the Nuggets. That'll wrap up tonight's action. Docs will head back home, and they will host the Grants Pass Nuggets for a doubleheader tomorrow, looking to try and even up the season series and take 2 at home against Grants Pass starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll go ahead. We'll take the break. We'll come back. We'll put together the final numbers and get you on your way here this Tuesday night. Thanks for staying up with us late as the Doc Stewarts start out Area 4 play, unfortunately, on the wrong side of things. Back after this 2-minute break here on 541radio.com.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper. It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
We welcome you back here to Volunteer Park where the Doc Stewarts fall in Game 2 against the Grants Pass Nuggets. Final score here 9-5 after a 15-8 win in Game 1 for Grants Pass as they pull off the sweep to begin Area 4 league play. They go to 2-0. They've won now 5 straight. Docs have lost 2 straight. Docs go to 0-2 in league play. 8-8 overall for the Docs, now 12-4 on the season for the Grants Pass Nuggets. Tough one tonight for the Docs. They were competitive throughout much of these games, but just did not have enough offensive firepower to keep up with the Grants Pass Nuggets throughout the contest. In Game 1, it was tight early on. Docs jumped out to the early lead, but a couple of big innings put the Docs behind the 8 ball. They couldn't catch up. In Game 2, they fell behind a little bit, but fought back to tie the game, but just didn't have enough offensive, firepower to keep up as Grants Pass kept scoring, and the Docs just kind of fizzled towards the end. And they fall 9-5 in Game 2, and the Doc Stewarts get swept on the road against the Grants Pass Nuggets. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this one played out. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Our recap brought to you by the News Review Sports section. Find more details about today's game by picking up a copy of the News Review print edition tomorrow on newsstands. Well, it was 2 runs in the second to give Grants Pass an early lead. Both of those runs coming on solo home runs by Nate Morgan and Colton Fisher. 2 more runs in the third gave the Grants Pass Nuggets, a 4-0 lead. Docs tied it up, though, in the 4th inning with 4 runs, but 2 more runs in the bottom of the 4th gave Grants Pass a 6-4 lead. Docs got 1 back in the top of the 5th, made it 6-5. Grants Pass added 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead 8-5 at that time and add 1 final run in the 6th inning as the Nuggets get the 9-5 victory. 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. 9 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 8 men left on base for the Nuggets. Getting the win is Colton Fisher, pitching the final 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. No walks, no strikeouts. Taking the loss, Zach Mandera started the game going for the Doc Stewarts. 5 innings. He gave up 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. We will take a break. When we come back, we look at some more of your numbers. We name our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game, and we get you all set for tomorrow's doubleheader back at home against Grants Pass. Stay with us. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. You're listening and watching Docs Baseball on 541radio.com.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles. Popcorn.
Swedish Fish.
Oh. Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Oh, buttered popcorn.
Okay. Back here with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show as we wrap things up from tonight's doubleheader. The Doc Stewarts falling 15-8 and 9-5 against the Grants Pass Nuggets in today's Area 4 action. As we wrap things up, time to take a look at some of the offensive numbers from this one. Doc Stewart's with 8 hits in the ball game. Garrett Russell goes 1 for 4 in the contest. Doran Gillespie was 1 for 2. Was hit by a pitch and had a sac bunt in there. Jonathan Stone goes 2 for 4 in the game. Brody Black was 1 for 4. Cody Johnson 1 for 3 in the contest with 2 RBI and a run scored. Chad Black goes 1 for 2. Jacob Luther 1 for 3. And those will be all of your hits in the game for the Doc Stewarts. 4 Grants Pass. Nick Bassendorf goes 2 for 4 in game 2. And let's see here. Vinny Zavolta goes 1 for 4 with a triple and an RBI. Ty Run goes 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Trey Froge goes 3 for 4 in this one. Froge, I believe it is. I think I said Froge. Nate Morgan goes 1 for 2. He had a solo home run, had 2 RBI in the contest with a run scored. Colton Fisher had the solo home run and goes 1 for 2. Had a hit by pitch and a walk in there. Colby Dinkle goes 1 for 4 with a single. And Bennett Rogers goes 1 for 3 in the contest here in Game 2. That is a look at your numbers from tonight's contest. Let's go ahead and name our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game, your locally owned residential heating and cooling specialist. Roseburg's Player of the Game here in this one. Partly want to give it back to Cody Johnson again. He drove in 2 runs for the Doc Stewarts in that big 4th inning when they brought in a couple of runs here. Let's see here. Jonathan Stone had a couple of hits in the game. Brody Black had the double. You know, I think I'm, sweep of the night. Cody Johnson with his bat, he was able to do plenty of damage for the Docs. And on a night when they needed as much offense as they could get, Cody Johnson was doing as much as he could to try and provide it. I'm going to give it to Cody Johnson. That might be a bit of a rush decision, but he did come up with the offense for the Docs here today. He goes 1 for 3 in Game 2 and was 3 for 4 in Game 1. So finishes 4 for 7 on the night. Not too shabby there for the Doc Stewart's shortstop. I expect to see him on the mound coming up tomorrow, so we'll see if he can continue his hot streak with a little bit of hot pitching for the Docs. But we'll name Cody Johnson our 2-time player of the game for tonight's action. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here at 541radio.com. I want to say thanks to everybody for sticking with us while we do things a little bit differently here this evening. I know know it's a little bit different, and change is not always the most easiest thing for everybody to deal with, but we want to make sure we bring you Beavers baseball on the radio, but also still be able to bring you Docs baseball with the video streams. So we appreciate everybody putting up with a little bit of change as we bring you plenty of great baseball action on the radio here this week. Tomorrow it'll be the same. We'll be streaming with video at 541radio.com only for Docs baseball. So if you want to follow the Docs, the only place you'll be able to find the action is streaming at 541radio.com. If you want to follow the Beavers, they'll be on the radio again tomorrow, Game 2 of the the College World Series Best of 3 series to determine the national champion. So that'll be on the radio tomorrow starting at 3:30, and we'll have Docs baseball then on the video player at 541radio.com. So stay with us and join us for the action coming up tomorrow. We'll start our Docs broadcast at 4:45. First pitch of Game 1 starts at 5 at home at Legion Field against these Grants Pass Nuggets, as the Docs will look to even up the season series. For the Beavers fans out there that might have tuned in to watch this and also had the game for the Beavers on some other way, the Beavers tomorrow broadcast starts at 3:30. First pitch at 4 o'clock of their possibly final game from the College World Series, unless they can get a win tomorrow night. All right, that'll do it. Want to say thanks to the Grants Pass Nuggets for hosting us here this evening. It was always a pleasure to come on down here to Volunteer Park in Grants Pass. Thanks to head coach Scott Shaver for his time in the pregame, as well as the opportunity to be able to bring you Doc Stewart's baseball for another season here on The Score. And as always, a thanks to you, the fans, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you tomorrow when the Doc Stewarts host the Grants Pass Cavemen for a doubleheader at home at Legion Field. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you tomorrow on 541radio.com.